Everybody, this is Eric Spears, co-founder and senior coordinator of SRLA. And we are very excited to have him on the live stream today. He just finished his 10K with a pace flag on his back. I saw some pictures of you out on the beach. How are you today, Eric?
Hi. Whew. I'm great. We just really marched that thing off. There were around 4 or 5 groups down here and doing it, and I just saw kids streaming past me, leaders streaming past me, and it was all great. So we had a really good, perfect day for this type of weather to get a 10K in. Wow. I mean, not that 6 miles isn't a tough slog, but I think we were ready. Everybody doing it was really getting it done.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
No, we really couldn't have asked for a better day. And I mean, the beach is the perfect place to do a 10K.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with actually one of my favorite comments that somebody posted when we reached out for questions. Silverwolf-08 said, "While I'm sad I won't see you, I'm glad I won't be panicking if I do." And I just thought that was a funny sentiment.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the people still know what the flag means. And so theoretically, everybody was supposed to stay in front of me.
How does it feel to be at the back of the races? Like, what's the energy like there?
At the back?
Yeah, at the 16-minute miles.
Yeah, it's actually it's calm until everyone sees me, and then there's a bit of panic, feeling like, oh my God, I got to get going. But it is interesting too how much the public who is when they're at these events also seem to realize that they're falling themselves behind and get their rear ends moving. So it's actually really fun for me to be able to do some real coaching and help people find their pace and figure out how to do much better with what they've already got, because almost everybody has it in them to be able to do this kind of pace, and it's really more confidence than the reality of they're not ready to do it. So I'm really again excited that as we'll see when people post their times, I would say only a handful are really going to be struggling with this. I think everybody really just ate it up today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so your job back there, more than anything, you're a confidence booster is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, because it's not a punitive thing. It's really just about, we should be able to seriously move our bodies at this pace. It's really, if you do any running at all, you'll stay ahead of me. And if you really focus on being able to just walk consistently, even, you'll stay in front of me. So a lot of it is just getting people to believe that they're actually in better shape than they realize. They're just not used to walking with purpose and walking that fast. So it takes effort. It does. You can't just walk 16-minute pace. But on the other hand, with any kind of intention, you can. So that's pretty much what I'm showing them. Is yes, they can.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's the mindset you need to go in there with, right? I mean, that's part of SRLA. Anybody can run a marathon if they put their mind to it and they put the commitment and set those goals and reach those milestones. They can do it. They just need to be out there and keep moving.
Absolutely. And I think that's what really today shows is this is long enough that if you didn't do any training, it's going to be very hard to get all the way through it. And I think everyone got a good look today that, hey, the first goal was the 5K. Now we just did a 10K, and we can do it. All we have to do is keep training and follow the plan. And before you know it, we're about to do 15K, and it will speed it up. And it is all about intent and putting in the extra work. We need to do it. Sounds like you got an airplane.
Okay. Well, I have another question for you, Eric. And this one might be out of left field, so you can You can tell me if you don't have an answer, but I wanted to know, just me, what's your favorite memory from SRLA?
Ooh, uh, it actually one of the favorite memories. I'll just pick one of millions. There's one almost every year at least, but
Mm-hmm.
one of the really early ones that I think kind of set up myself in the way that I was going to approach all this was whoa, one of our runners. I may have strayed too far. One of our runners was particularly slow and really struggled all year long to get through it. And we actually got through the marathon. He did an 8-hour marathon, and
Wow.
we limped into class the next day. We were all sore and hurting, and this is pretty early on, so we really didn't even have this solid of a training program for everybody. But he was there, and he got through it, and he had his medal. And one of the students said, "Well, how long did it take you?" His friends, and that
Mm-hmm.
8 hours. The guy said, "Wow, that is just so slow." And another student stood up for him and said, "Well, what did you do yesterday? He just did 26 miles. What did you do with your Sunday?" And
Yeah.
that boost, I mean, that bit of support was such a moment of clarity for me too. That you know what, we're pretty special for doing this, and
Mm-hmm.
that evermore that young man had that confidence boost that he did it. He even tried.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're, ooh, sorry about that noise. If you're running a 4-hour marathon or an 8-hour marathon, I mean, all of it is a huge accomplishment. Just being out there and yeah, what did you do on Sunday? I ran 26 miles, making
Yep,
that big accomplishment and going that distance.
yep. Did it our way. Once again, people got up and did something that this themselves today. Not a, so really, that is kind of memories there. I mean, even the memories of our, as we're organizing all of this, as we're on our meetings now. They're, I know, Zoom meetings as coordinators, but we're still having the same kind of impassioned argument and haranguing out and flushing out all the ideas that are coming in from our leaders, even our students, and trying to incorporate those into this program. Vibrant. That to take on the questions and really find the best way to program is something I've always been really proud of. And as much as those meetings are painful sometimes, they're also really productive for us. So I think
Mm-hmm.
part of the reason we have such a great program is exactly that. My
It's
neighbors
pretty
are coming by.
awesome.
I made it home just in time to hit up my Wi-Fi. Hi, Betty. Thanks. So that's that one.
That's great. I love that story, and yeah, it just speaks loads, like you were saying about the program. I have one more question for you from somebody watching. They said, "How does Eric train for the marathon?" So yeah, like I said a million times, you've ran a bunch of marathons or paced a bunch of marathons. How do you get ready for the marathon every year?
Well, I do exactly what we're all doing. Is for one, I make a commitment to myself that I'm going to be at that marathon starting line, and that basically is March. And then I also then go back and I look at the 26 or 27 weeks we've got and start setting up, and then doing both running, and I started doing a lot of cross training. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Basically strength training for my legs and my joints, and also my upper body and core to be able to handle 26 miles. And so besides I'm not doing a tremendous amount of running because I've got a foundation that lets me kind of these middle miles, my body knows what to do. But I'm focusing a lot on cross training to make sure that my hamstrings and my quads are strong to protect my knees, and careful with my feet. I actually did get orthotics so that inserts so that my art is better supported, and I do a lot of cross training. But it's basically knowing that, okay, this week I need to get in, a good long 15 miler, because we're about to go into our 15-mile range, or
Hmm.
the half. So usually about 2 weeks before, I try and do at least 3/4 of the distance we're going to do in our event. So, and if you look at our training guide, it's really set up very much that way. Um, my real goal, because for me, this is a lot about health, long-term health. And some of my family did not take care of themselves, and so they have suffered, quite a bit of issues. And I didn't want to go that way. So what I realized was, by this kind of training, the most important part is to be able to move for an hour. And if you can move consistently, that could be a run walk. I do run walks when I'm not doing this pace walk. I do a run walk. And if you can do that for an hour consistently, then you're actually helping your heart, and it'll be heart healthy, and you'll stay heart healthy. So that's pretty much what I'm about, is training during the most of the year to just be heart healthy, so I can, in a sense, pop off an hour run anytime I want, and then I train up during the season to be able to do these distances. And so I'm altering my run schedule to be able to work in the extra miles to get ready for our big events.
Nice. I mean, that sounds great, and like you really have a consistent system, and you know your body. You know that if you're able to get to that heart healthy 60 minutes of exercise, you'll be able to take on the bigger challenges. So that's really great advice, Eric. I see there's a question here from Israel. He said, how is the LA Marathon, how will the LA Marathon be in March? And I just want to say, we don't know. The world is very uncertain right now. So we're not certain what a marathon will look like, but we are certain that we're going to continue, SRLA is going to continue to provide training opportunities for students, that we're going to continue to set milestones and challenges, and that in this uncertain world, we're still here to provide big goals for you guys. Eric, in that regard, I wanted to ask if you had any advice, particularly for students who ran the 10K today and for students who are running this season.
Actually, yeah, just stick to the plan. Uh, as we get better information and know what's really going to happen, an awful lot of buzz right now. There's an awful lot of buzz right now about conditioning training being allowed, and all these kinds of things going on. And so our plan is already in place, so we'll keep going. We fully expect there to be a marathon. There's always a chance that they have to move the date. If they do, we move with it. Uh, no matter what happens, we're put together culminating events that quality. And so by sticking with the idea of, yeah, make it through, and we're gonna be ready for it, we'll be ready for it now, because we're going if it's going.
Yeah, be ready and keep training and just keep getting out there. I totally agree with you, Eric. I'm going to answer this one last question, then I'm going to give you a chance to give us some parting remarks. But Hungry Bunny asked if they're going to give shoes this year because their shoes are torn up, and we are giving shoes this year. So I just wanted to let everybody know that after our 15K, the weekend before our half marathon, so as long as you run your 15K and you stay consistent and you keep doing your distances and stay committed to the program, and you'll be getting shoes for our students and our leaders in the program this year. So I hope your shoes don't get too much torn up in the next 2 months, because you'll be getting them at the end of the year, the end of 2020. So Eric, do you have any parting words for our lovely runners who ran their 10K today?
Yeah, just congratulations. You just did something that most people have given up on, and in a tough year, you're the ones who are making something happen, and your momentum is going to carry all of us. I really do believe that what we're doing is super important, not only for ourselves, but for our schools and our community. I've got the airplane. And I'm really proud of everyone for taking talent. It's what few people will do. And we're students in LA. We're awesome, and you're awesome for being part of us, being part of it.
Well, thank you, Eric. You guys, Eric, you are awesome, and our runners are awesome. So I'm gonna kick you out, and thank you so much for joining us. All right, and I'm going to share a few posts that we loved from earlier this weekend before bringing on Erica from Los Nietos Middle School to lead a cool down stretch for everybody who's recovering from their morning run. So let me pull up a few of these pictures. They might take a second to load. So this was one of my favorite pictures. This is from Hey It's Sammy 4. It's her post-run shot. I just love the thumbs up. She got it done. She went for her run, made it happen, came home, take a selfie, get your 10K in the books. So I just really like this picture. It made me smile. Here's another post from a current runner, Sebastian Stick. He added a quote in his caption, which made me really smile. It says, "Anything is possible when you have the right people there to support you." Missy Copeland. I think part of SRLA is really believing in yourself, that you can do anything, that an impossible task like running a marathon, even running a half marathon, getting it through to the end of the season, it might seem huge and impossible at first, but when you have the right support system, your teammates, your leaders there to support you, anything is possible. So I just love that quote, and I love that picture. We also have some groups who ran over the weekend, who met in small socially distanced groups and completed their 10K. So here's one of our lovely groups with their leaders posing with their medals. As well, Port of LA High School met yesterday to do their 10K. This is a silly picture that I really like. They posted a whole bunch of pictures, actually, as did a lot of groups, with the hashtag SRLA Strength 10K. So if you want to see pictures from people who ran today, or if you want to share your pictures and want us to share them on our story or other people to see them, you can use that hashtag SRLA Strength 10K to show off everything you did. And speaking of showing off, the last thing that I wanted to show you all was this great picture of the finisher medal from Lay's Shims. This is such a cute picture, and I love the way the medal looks. I want to congratulate everybody who ran today and earned their medal, and who will run later on. You guys are awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that beautiful image of our finisher medal, focusing on strength. Oh, Carla says, what about our run? So my very lovely coworker, Carla Anguiano from the SRLA office, and I did our 10K yesterday. So we're in it for the long run. We did a strength 10K. I don't have pictures from those to share, so I'm sorry, Carla. So let's see if we can get Erica on to start our cool down stretch with Los Nietos Middle School. I don't see her on the chat. Erica, if you're here, can you request to join the video? Thank you for being patient, everybody. We're so glad to have you all joining us, and super proud again of everybody who did their 10K. If you have any questions for me about SRLA, I'm happy to answer them while we're waiting. I have a somewhat wealth of knowledge that I'm happy to expel for this live stream. But let's see if we can get Erica on. I am here at actually, I don't know what the name of this park is, but at a park near Los Nietos Middle School, because I got to see them set up on their run this morning, which was very cool. Los Nietos Middle School has a great group. They have about 24 students who all ran their 10K today, and they will be leading our cool down stretch in a little bit. And so you'll get some students and some leaders showing you how to relax and get your muscles ready after the run. I also have a couple more pictures. This is from one of our groups doing a temperature check. They ran over the weekend, so they're using their contactless thermometers. They have their masks on, they're socially distancing. So we're really proud of all of our groups that are, practicing that social distancing, getting out there to do their miles, but doing it responsibly and making sure they're looking out not only for themselves, but for their teammates and the people around them. So I really liked that picture. That was one I wanted to hold on to. Here's another really fun picture from Porter Ranch Community School. They also ran a little bit earlier this week, and they made some signs. They were out there completing the miles together. So they did awesome. All right, I'm hoping that we can get Los Nietos on pretty soon. And any leaders or students who want to come on and give a shout out, a congratulations cheers to everybody watching, we would love to feature you. Also, your cheer might get featured in the podcast that's coming out next week. Oh, Desiree says they're ready to go. But if you want to be featured in the podcast, you can send in a cheer, because we're always looking for those for our next podcast interview. But I think we are about to get Los Nietos on for our cool down stretch. Eric says, all of our runners are truly awesome. They are. All right. Hey, Desiree.
Hi.
Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you. We're ready for our cool down. You want to see, where's Paul and his dogs? There's our bike crew.
Oh, the bike crew.
Yay. They
Yay.
were awesome today. Here, let me go the other way. Oh, sorry, I don't want to get anybody sick. Paul, we're live with SRLA Instagram.
Thank you, bike crew. Yay.
Los Nietos rocks.
Yay.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. They did. Thank you. Yes, it was nice. It was good running weather. Yes.
Perfect cool down weather too, right?
Okay, here we are, the cool down. Okay.
Nice.
All right. I don't know. Can I go? If I go sideways, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'll just stay up and down.
If you can try to stay vertical, it's displaying like a little square.
Okay, then I will go here.
But we can see pretty well. We can see Erica in the middle of the screen and all the students.
Okay.
Thank you, Southgate SRLA, for joining us. I hope you guys had a good run. So if you guys just finished your run and you're tuning in from home, you can follow in with Coach Erica Erica Rose, as she leads the cool down stretch for Los Nietos Middle School. Right now they're doing a stand and hamstring stretch. Desiree, how was your run today?
It was great. We had everybody come in. We were all under like a 14-minute pace or so. So that was good.
Nice.
Go this way.
I saw your students set out. Some of them are super speedy. Did it seem like everybody had a good run?
Yes, we did hit them in heats on purpose like that. So our last heat is our fastest. So we don't have a big gap of people, waiting at the finish line for the finishers. So it ends up being a nice finish time. Like, it's a good staggering finish when we staggered the start. I know it's opposite of what racers usually do.
That's really great to hear. So can you tell me about what Los Nietos did for their run this morning, and just what you guys have been doing to make it special? Because I know your group's just been really focused on putting together races that feel special and feel like events for the students.
Right. We are very lucky. We have a lot of parent volunteers. They all come out and help whenever we ask them to. So they donate. If you can actually see over here, we have a table with all of our goodies that the kids can come and get. We have volunteers to check the kids in, to give them the medals, to give them the buffs. We also, over here, it's already been taken down, but we had I'll show you pictures of our start and finish line. It's inflatable. We got on Amazon, and then we stagger the start times to try and be socially distant. We have like chalk boxes for all of our students to stand in. We start 2 minutes apart. We are able to have practice in person, which I think is huge. And we get a lot of students showing up to practices consistently. So I think that they look forward. This is the one thing they look forward to, because they don't get to see their friends unless they're on a computer. So coming here to school and seeing their friends and just keeping those relationships, it's just everything to them, I think. So.
Yeah, I think that the opportunity to be connected with each other is so important now, more than just, FaceTiming and sending emails and posting on social media. Being able to be with somebody in person is a big deal, and it feels really important and special to be able to meet up in person and see each other. And you guys are doing a really great job of making sure that everybody's safe while they're out there. That everybody has their masks and gets their temperature taken, and I think that's really, really important too, because safety is our number one priority, next to creating an environment where students are able to accomplish goals and build a team. So thank you for everything you do to let that happen.
Yes, our principal was even the one checking. She had her clipboard, she had her thermometer, she was checking people in as they walked on campus today. So yes, we have so much support. Our principal is awesome, our superintendent is awesome. We are just so lucky to be able to continue this program right now.
All right. I liked Erica's little wiggle cool down warm up. That was a fun move. I want to incorporate that into my post run cool down.
But we also have water stops, so we have a couple of parents that volunteer to do water stops, and they do it not just on race days. We have water stops on practice days too. So we constantly have parent support. It's really one of the reasons why we're so successful here, is because of our support from our parents. Yay!
Yay! Well, thank you for leading the cool down. Thank you for that awesome post-run stretch. Congratulations again to everybody. You can let them know that we at the office say congratulations and good job. You are awesome runners. Great job on finishing your 10K. You are one step closer to the marathon. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Desiree.
Okay, you're welcome.
And thank you to one more thing from Eric. He said there's so many people at the beach today giving us applause. They're really excited that we're out here. Yeah, thank you to everybody who got out there, put on their SRLA shirt, ran a 10K this morning, proved that they can do anything that they set their mind to. We are so proud of each and every one of you. So thank you for tuning in. Go have a nice nap. You earned it. Congratulations to everybody. Great job today.